कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to our continuation on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. We are discussing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, 6th chapter, the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. Last time we discussed up to 13th, that very nice verse. Jagata Mangala Advaita Mangala Gunadham Mangala Charitra Sadam Mangala Yaranam. Everything is Mangal, Mangal, Mangal. About Advaita Acharya. That was 12th verse. Now we will discuss 14 to 19. Two causes of the world, Nimitta and Upadan. So in that 14-15 talk about Maya's aspects. Please repeat. Maya iche duyamsha nimitta upadan Maya nimitta hetu upadana pradhan Purusha Ishvara aiche Dvimurti hayya Vishwa Srushti kare Nimitta upadana layya. Just as the external energy consists of two parts, the efficient cause, nimitta, and the material cause, upadan. Maya being the efficient cause and pradhan, the material cause. So Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes two forms to create the material world with the efficient and material causes. So one is personified form, that is nimitta, and nimitta is the cause and upadan is the ingredient. So the material world is also made from ingredients: bhumi, rapo, vanalo, vayu, kammano, buddhi, revacha, ahankar. And then apart from that, 5 tanmatras, 5 gyanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, then there are tanmatras, shabda, rasa, rupa, gandha, sparsha. So all these things put together, 24 elements. These all upadan, also called as pradhan. So Maya is a personified form. So then Lord accordingly has this nimitta and upadan. In the purport purposes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the all blissful, eternal, all-knowing form, is indirectly the cause of this cosmic manifestation and directly the cause of the spiritual world. In spiritual world, he directly is involved. Sandhini, Samvit, Ladini, potency. Internal potency means 3 aspects. Sandhini, Samvit, Ladini. By Sandhini, Sat feature. By Samvit, Chit feature. And by Ladini, Ananda feature. So Satchidananda, spiritual world, that is taken care by internal potency. That is Srimati Radharani. But Krishna is there behind. Balramji takes care of Samdhini part, Radharani takes care of Ladini part, and Krishna himself takes care of Samvit part. So they three, they take care of internal potency, spiritual world, spiritual manifestations in the spiritual world. But for the material manifestation, then Maya is there in personified form. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Bibharati Durga Ichhanurupam Apiyasya Chacheshtate Sa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahmaji is telling Maya's functions: Srishti, Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, creation, maintenance, and destruction. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Sadhana, Shakti, Rekha. So these are all the Shaktis and Sadhan. Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Bibharti Durga. Chaya Eva. She is the shadow only of the Lord. The directly Ladhini is like directly his form, his pleasure, but then Chaya is also there. That chaya is just like we can say our chaya also comes and our pratibimba also comes in the mirror. Chayevayasya bhuvanani, this Tribhuvan, Vibharti Durga, she is maintainer. She takes care of all the aspects, creation, maintenance and destruction. Ichhanurupam apiyasya cha cheshtathasya. Just by a Lord's desiring only. Ichhanurupam, according to Anurup, matching with his desire. Krishna, the way he wants creation, Maya makes it happen. Ichhanurupam apiyasya cha cheshtathasya. So her endeavor, Durga Shakti's, Durga Maya's endeavors are accordingly. To such Lord, from whom or whose whom Durga is just a shadow, I offer my humble obeisances. Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. Then ahead he says, philosophers who are subjectively engaged in the cosmic manifestation can appreciate only the wonderful energies of matter. Here we see, don't see there, see here. Don't get lost there. Here. So many things are there and so many philosophers are there. 6 prominent philosophies are there. Sankhya, Yoga, Vedanta. All the philosophers are also there. And material scientists are also there. They are also getting into some aspects of those 6 philosophies. And they try with their mental speculation to figure it out. How it could be, maybe this is how the creation took place, that is how it took place, maybe this and that. They break their heads and ultimately they die only without any conclusion. But they can only marvel at the wonderful energies. Like you can see how the sun is brilliant, like all of us are shining now with golden hue. All of us don't have golden hue, but because sun is just rising now, Surya Narayan, Lord Narayan is there in the middle of that Surya planet. He's sitting there in the lotus posture because of Surya Narayan. So that's why we do Gayatri also, referring to Lord Surya Narayan while facing Vivaswan, the sun god. So such marvelous energies of the Lord, very beautiful, very charming, very soothing. Nature displays its all beauty. In rainy season we can see, in Sharad season we can see. In different seasons, Vasant now has begun. Vasant means all flowers, crops will grow like anything. We don't get to see in Pune, condemned existence, but otherwise if you go close to nature, this is very beautiful season, Vasant, like that. Anyway, many glories are there, but such philosophers accept the conception of God only as a product of the material energy. So these are reverse only. Material energy comes from the Lord. Bhumi Repa Bhinna Prakrutir Ashtada. These are my separated energies, material energy basically. But these fellows think Krishna is the product of this material energy. Just like we are also produced from earth, water, fire, air, ether. We means our bodies. So they think Krishna is also produced from earth, water, fire, air, ether. This is their foolishness. Such philosophers accept the conception of God only as a product of the material energy. According to their conclusions, the source of the energy is also a product of the energy. Krishna is the source of the energy. He is Mayadhish, the controller of material energy. But for them, he is the product of the material energy. He is Maya Vash, Maya Adhin, according to them. That is wrong. Such philosophers wrongly observe that the living creatures within the cosmic manifestation are caused by the material energy, and they think that the supreme absolute conscious being must similarly be a product of the material energy. So our bodies are products of material energy, not we, the souls. We are products of, or we are parts and parcels of Krishna. Mama eva amsho jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. Mama eva amshaha, mera hi amsha ho. He is mine only. Krishna is saying, all jivas, we all belong to Krishna. We don't belong to this material world. We don't belong to our parents. We don't belong to whatever caste, creed, color, nationality we are born in. We don't belong to India. We belong to Golokunda. That should be clear with us. But Maya allures, Maya tempts us or covers us over Avaranatmika Shakti. And then we think, oh, I am Indian, like that. And then in India something goes wrong, then we are Prakshapatmika, then we are kicked. In the match, India-Pakistan match, India is lost. India is defeated by Pakistan. Oh, rascals, these cricketers or whatever. If only I was there as batsman, then I would have defeated all these Pakistani, whatever. Or India loses in India-Pakistan war, then also again we are miserable. And then India wins some award in UNO, United Nations Organization. Then we are very happy. So basically, both are kicks of Maya only. Prakshapatmika Shakti and Avaranatmika. Sukha is Avaranatmika Shakti and Dukkha is Prakshapatmika Shakti. When Maya covers us over, we are happy, Hari Bol. And Maya kicks us, then we are Dukhi, miserable. Horrible. Hari Bol, Sukhi, and horrible, Dukhi. So this is how we are getting completely covered over or kicked by Maya. Intelligent person doesn't get allured by Maya, doesn't get tempted by Maya, doesn't get defeated by Maya. He conquers over Maya by taking shelter of Krishna, who is the master of Maya. So we have to take shelter of Krishna. Mamaiva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. One who takes shelter of Krishna, then he can cross beyond this material energy. Matter is a product of spirit. Over matter, spirit goes, spirit matter goes. Just like that in the bija, when the tree grows and fruits grow on that, and within the fruit there are seeds, and within the seed there is a soul. So because of that, when the seed is sown in the ground and watering is done, etc., then the soul, because of the soul, the matter grows over it. Slowly, slowly. It was only some matter. The seed was so small, mustard seed. So the soul is 1/10,000th of the tip of the hair, and on that little matter, let's say 1 millimeter diameter, only that much matter was there. Now, because it is sown in the sky, in the ground and watered, then now the matter starts growing more and more. And it becomes bigger, 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 and then we can see quite exuberant plant has developed. And what to speak of mango seed? So mango is there, and in that seed is there, and that soul is there inside. When you sow it, then so much matter was there. Now it grows into huge matter. So huge. If you weigh it, it will be like maybe a few hundred kg. Similarly, that elephant, he elephant and she elephant, they unite. Through sexual union, the semen will be transferred from his body to her body. She will become pregnant. So the soul is there inside that semen. That's how the ovum is fructified, and then it develops into peanut kind of structure, small, and slowly. So this much matter was only there. Soul was there originally. Soul only entered inside. Soul with a slight covering of subtle body, mind, intelligence, false ego, which cannot be seen. It's more or less not like gross existence. It's a subtle only. It's matter, but it is subtle. So not like, so soul is there, 1/10,000th of the tip of that. So it enters in the womb of that she elephant, and there from her body some elements will be taken, and then that night peanut kind of structure will be formed, and slowly, slowly, whatever the period it takes place for 9 months for human lady, or for whatever the period, and slowly, slowly it grows, it becomes like a bigger, 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 and in that then hands develop slowly, then legs come out, and the eyes open up, then the head also starts growing, hands are growing, legs are growing, the stomach is growing, and then he becomes whatever this much size. And then when he comes out of the womb, then he's fed breast milk and whatever, then slowly, 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 body keeps growing. Like this much body of the child born, he becomes 1.5 feet, then 2 feet, 2.5, 3. And then you can see the child is growing up. He was up to your knee. He was not even up to your knee when born. Slowly, slowly, then he comes to your knees, then your thighs, then your waist, then your ribs level, your shoulder level, and to your ears level, then he's of your height. And he can grow even higher than you, bigger than you, taller than you. So much matter grows. So when he was born, generally children are born. Anyway, when the soul entered in the womb of the lady, then it is just, in one sense, you can say weightless only. Soul doesn't have weight because it's a spiritual thing, not a material. And over a period of time, the body becomes 10 gram, then 20 gram, then eventually 100 gram, 200 gram, 500 gram, then 1 kg, 2 kg. Children born are certainly they are around 6 to 7 pounds, something like 3 to 4 kg max. That range generally. So he's 3-4 kg, very light. You can just take a newly born baby very carefully in your hand, and this is just a light thing, nothing so glorious when you lift him like that. But then as the breast milk is fed, then he becomes for 1 year or whatever, then he may become 4 or 5 kg. Then more you feed him rice, dal, sabji, chapati, and then he becomes 7-8 kg. Yesterday I met one boy, he's 2 years old, otherwise. So then his weight I asked parents. Parents said 8 kg around. He's 8 kg. I wanted to lift him, but then I said 8 kg. Weight lifting restriction. Anyway, we don't have to physically lift the children. We have to spiritually lift all the children up. Physically lifting, so difficult. That's not so easy. So then, as you keep feeding him, now same that Advaita, 8 kg weight. After 1 year, next third year, yesterday was his birthday. So after 1 more year, next Advaita Saptami, he might be 10 kg. After 1 more year, 4 years old, then he may be 12 kg. Then it will be like exponential growth. Then when he will be 12 years old, he will not be like 2 kg increasing. Then he may be somewhere 30 kg. Then when he becomes 15, 16 old, maybe 40 kg. When he becomes 18, 19, 20 year old, something like that, 22, then he might be 50, 60 kg. Some people grow like anything. My friend, I'll be meeting him tomorrow, classmate in 6 to 10 standard. Recently he came 1 month back to meet me. So then I met him and I could not recognize him only. When we were in 10th standard, 15-year-old, both of us had the same height and same physique. That time he was also what 38, 40 kg. I was also, I think, of that weight only, something like that. And now he's grown so big. I said, you have made so much advancement. I could not make advancement. Then I asked him, how much is your weight? 60, 70? He said 80 kg. I said, all glories to you. So you can see how much matter grows over the spirit. It's all growth because of spirit. The moment spirit leaves, finished. No more growth, no more movement. Nails will not grow, hair will not grow, weight will not grow, height will not grow, nothing will grow. Finish. Rather, everything starts disintegrating. Same body in India, we Sanatana Dharma followers, they put it on funeral pyre, Chita, we give fire to the body, and others bury the body. But you don't keep the body like that only. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. Body will start disintegrating, and slowly it will all reduce like that. And so many worms will. And then after many, it will stink like anything. But let's say you wear mask or whatever, and you keep watching that body. Eventually, it will be like this, like that. And then eventually you'll find nothing there, just maybe the soil there. That's it. If you keep it like that, it will be soil. When you burn it, it becomes reduced to fire and ashes and all
that. Before the injection of the semen in body, where the soul
in the semen of the man.
So when it is in the body of,
when the grains are eaten by the male, the grain only has soul in it. So that grain will get in the body and that will get into semen. The grains eaten, the food will be, some part will become blood, some will become marrow, bone, and the last condensed version is the semen area. What is that? Flesh, blood, then marrow, bone, I think muscles is one thing. I had written somewhere. I don't know how to. 7 only. So 5 only we count. And semen is the 6th. One more is there. Huh? What? I don't get it now, but I had written somewhere. So that semen in that soul will be there in the man, and when he unites with a woman, the semen will be transferred. To the semen, the soul will be transferred. Next he says, our material experience lies within the boundaries of these three manifestations of happiness, distress and illusion. For example, a beautiful woman is certainly a cause of material happiness for one who possesses her as a wife. But the same beautiful woman is a cause of distress to a man whom she rejects or who is the cause of her anger. And if she leaves a man, she becomes the cause of illusion. Isn't it? The man who got that beautiful woman, sometimes in the college or somewhere, a beautiful girl is there and two boys are after her, and ultimately one gets her. He is very happy. The other fellow who did not get her, he is miserable. But then, and the one who got her, he is very happy. Eventually, he will be illusioned. His illusion will increase like anything. And all the time he is thinking of her only. If her name is Kalpana, Kalpana, तुम्हारे बिना मैं जीने की कल्पना ही नहीं कर सकता. And if his illusion is broken after some more years, then he's like, Kalpana, तुम्हारे साथ मैं जीने की कल्पना ही नहीं कर सकता. These are divorce papers. Quickly sign and please liberate me. Like that. So all basically happiness, distress and illusion. These are the three features. That joke is there, no? Gaurang Guru says, the man was taken in the lunatic asylum, Pagal Khane mein. So the superintendent was there and he was showing that man. And one man, he was saying, Laila, 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 Laila. Like that. Laila? Who is Laila? So then he asked that fellow. Superintendent said, oh, he was in love affair with a girl named Laila. But unfortunately, afterwards she married somebody else only. So he could not get her. He went crazy. And he all the time chants Laila only. And we brought him. Parents brought him here and he's here for some years. So very bad. He could not get Laila. Very sad. Anyway, they were walking some next, area they went. Next section of the mental asylum. There he found another man saying, Laila, 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 Laila. Same. He also lost another Laila or what? So he asked the superintendent. Superintendent, oh, he is the one whom got married to Laila. Harshat Prabhu is coughing. Very difficult to digest. You don't have to digest. You just join as a brahmachari. Your brain will be able to digest everything, and your heart will be able to understand everything. And then you will cry out, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Otherwise, you could be the third one saying, Laila, Laila. Because then the superintendent will tell, actually, he was the friend of those two friends. So he is crying that one of my friends, because of not getting Laila, is all the time gone crazy. And another friend, because of getting Laila, is crying. So you being the friend of those two Lalus who got Lailas, you will also be miserable. So become friend of Krishna. Then you are ecstatic. Like that. Ahead he says, he's even not able to digest now also. 3-4 minutes passed. Sometimes foolish people take it for granted that because scorpions are born from hips of rice, the rice has produced the scorpions. This is called as Vruchika, Tandula, Nyay. Nyay means logic. So logic you have to apply. Just like Shakha, Chandranay. If a small baby has to be explained by mother what is moon, so he might misunderstand something else only to be moon. Stars he may think to be moon, like that. So how to tell, how to educate him? So mother will, and she cannot take him to moon. Okay, beta, touch this, this is moon. Moon is not so close. And according to Vedic scriptures, moon is farther than even sun. So sun also you can go and touch, but moon is farther, so you cannot touch. And sun, if you touch, you will burn to ashes. But anyway, so how will she teach? So she tells, my dear child, you see that tree trunk? Yes. And he has learned that earlier lesson. Tree means, tree can be touched also. And this is tree, beta. This is the trunk of the tree. And these are branches, these are leaves. Okay. So she showed, see that tree? Yes, mother, I see. And then the two branches, yes. And in between the two branches, what you see, that white spherical thing, that is moon. So apparently it is grown in the two branches of the tree, that moon. But it is not there. It is far, far beyond, behind. But this is some logic through which some concept, some understanding can be given. So this is Shakha Chandra Nyay. Like that, there is Ruchik Tandula Nyay. From the heaps of rice which is kept in the godown, after a few days, suddenly many small scorpions come out. One is wondering, wow, amazing. From rice, scorpions are produced. So this is not like that. What happened? Mother scorpion entered in that heap of rice, thinking it to be safe place. It's just lying there. So she enters, and after some days she lays eggs. And she goes. After a few days, the legs fructify. They hatch open. And small scorpions are born. They come out of because they want to play around. No? Inside the heaps of rice, not much fun. They'll come out. So it appears like the heaps of rice has given birth to scorpions. But that is not the way. Similarly, material nature might be seen to be producing so many things. So material nature is only producing. Material nature is not producing. It is, soul is there. That's why they take the ingredients from material nature and the soul, matter grows, etc. All that. So this has to be understood properly. Or another nyaya is Ajagalasthana nyaya. On the neck of the goat, nipple-like structures are there. At least one or two. So somebody may feel, oh, why to go backside? In between the hind legs there are nipples. At that time she gives kick. This is very good. Here kick will not be good. Front legs they cannot give kick. The animals are made in such a way. That's why the back leg is like this. They can give kick. Front leg is like this only. So they can't lift it, and at best they can just bend it like this. They can, dogs and all, if you have seen, they cannot kick. So then one goes and catches that nipple and pulls it. Nothing will come out. No milk is there. That is not the way. Similarly, material nature cannot produce anything without the spiritual energy entering inside. The real fact, however, is that the mother scorpion lays eggs within the rice, and by the proper fermentation of the rice, the eggs give birth to several baby scorpions, which in due course come out. This does not mean that the rice gives birth to the scorpion. Similarly, sometimes bugs are seen to come from the dirty beds. This does not mean, however, that the beds give birth to the bugs. We know there are 4 types of birds. What are they? Andaja. The birds are born through eggs. Then there is Svedaja. Swed means sweat. So if a dirty bed is there, we are sleeping on that bed because of the sweat so much in that. Eventually, bed bugs will be born. Svedaja. Then Jarayuja. Human mammals basically produced through sexual union. The semen is transferred and the baby's body is formed. The male body, or what is that body, is formed, and then after a few months through delivery, the child is born. Whether dogs, puppies give birth, puppies are produced, or elephants, bulls, or human beings, etc. They are mammals. They are Jarayuja. And one Vedaja, Andaja, Jarayuja, Bija. Bija, from the bee. That is called as Bija only is the word, I think. Maybe beach is the word. But plants are produced through seeds, like that. So these are the 4 ways of giving the living entities take birth in this world. Similarly, sometimes bugs are seen to come from dirty beds. This does not mean, however, that the beds give birth to the bugs. It is the living souls that comes forth, taking advantage of the dirty condition of the bed. There are different kinds of living creatures. Some of them come from embryos, some from eggs, some from the fermentation of perspiration. 3 are only given, but one is through seeds. Different living creatures have different sources of appearance, but one should not conclude that matter produces such living creatures. So as I said, in the middle of that seed is the soul. Similarly, when the man, woman, or whatever the mammals unite, so through the semen transfer, in the semen there is soul. Then Svedaja, in that also there is the soul is there in that Sveda and all that. Then which element? Andaja. So in the egg also there is soul. So it's very amazing transfer of the soul that happens. We cannot even see like that. Next it says, when a person, the example cited by materialists that trees automatically come from the earth follows the same principle. Taking advantage of a certain condition, a living entity comes from the earth. According to the Brihad Aranyak Upanishad, every living being is forced by divine superintendence to take a certain type of body according to his past deeds. There are many varieties of bodies, and because of a divine arrangement, a living entity takes bodies of different shapes. When a person thinks, I am doing this, the I am does not refer to the body. It refers to something more than the body or within the body. As such, the body as it is has neither tendencies nor intuition. The tendencies and intuition belong to the soul within the body. We have a certain tendency. Beggar comes in the train. One man's hand automatically will go in the pocket, take out money and give him. And another man will automatically, Chal, yahan se nikal ja. Lazy fellow. And somebody else will, something else he will do. So different reaction tendencies are there, vrittis and all that. So this is because of the soul. Dead body has no tendencies and no intuition. Material scientists sometimes suggest that the tendencies of male and female bodies cause their union, and that this is the cause of the birth of the child. But since the Purusha, according to Sankhya philosophy, is always affected, where does the tendency to give birth come from? The philosophical discussion. And he says, materialists sometimes give the argument that as straw eaten by a cow produces milk automatically, so material nature under different circumstances produces varieties of manifestation. Thus originally matter is the cause. In refuting this argument, we may say that an animal of the same species as the cow, namely the bull, also eats straw like the cow, but does not produce milk. Isn't it? If cow eats grass and produces milk, why the bull who is not eating the same grass producing milk? Again, God is there behind all that, and soul is also there, part and parcel of God. When Shyamanand Pru was telling argument, the scientists say that something like this only. These are all same species, the cows and goats, etc. All that. They all eat grass, and the milk is produced. But now, if you ask he was asking, he was putting an argument that cow eats grass and her stool, cow dung, has that kind of structure, like that. Whereas the sheep or the goat eats the same grass, but her stool, how it is? Is it like this? It is like pellets, they call, no? Pellets. Pellets, huh? Okay. Small, like seed kind of thing. So how is it? What is the logic? Isn't it? Isn't it surprising? Both are eating the same grass. Both produce milk. But the stool is of different shape. दिमाग चकरा जाएगा साइंटिस्ट लोगों का. Ahead he says, okay, under the circumstances, it cannot be said that straw in connection with a particular species produces milk. The conclusion should be that there is superior management as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.10. Ayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Where the Lord says, Ayadhyakshena prakriti. So, material nature is controlled by Krishna. And material nature is certainly controlling all of us according to our karma also. And according to time also. Karma, time, and all this, we are all enveloped by it. We are all trapped within. We just can't. Just like according to our karma, we have got this prarabdha body, one installment. In our prarabdha, after some time, we will get some disease. Now time is not there. So now we are healthy. But just 2-3 days later, 2-3 months later, 2-3 years later, some disease will come. Because the time, the prarabdha, time, all these things combine and give us our karma. If the way of material nature had been that straw produced milk, a stack of straw could also produce milk. If the grass produces milk, then you keep 10,000 kg of grass there in one corner somewhere. Then afterwards we should get at least 1,000 liter of milk. No question. That what straw you got, that also will go away. But that is not possible. And the same straw given to human female also cannot produce milk. The Mataji is given straw, she will not be able to produce milk. That is meaning of the Bhagavad Gita statement that only under superior order does anything take place. Matter itself has no power to produce independently. The conclusion therefore is that matter, which has no self-knowledge, cannot be the cause of the material creation. The ultimate creator is the Supreme Personality Godhead. So one Mataji was telling that so many Matajis want child because she has a child and the child is very naughty. So she said, sometimes I feel my all devotional service is disturbed because of this child. She becomes angry, internally at least. I said, Mataji, please never think like that. Just like we take care of the deities, what do? We bathe the deities, we wipe them off, then we put clothes on them, we put ornaments on them, garlands on them, turban on them. Like that, you have to do everything for your child. His Holiness Radhan Swami Maharaj said, for Matajis who have given birth to children, the child only is the deity for them. And they should serve day and night, just like Pujari serve deities day and night. Like that, Matajis should serve their newly born babies like deities, and they should never be having any aversion and all that. So then when I told the glories of mother and how the child will eventually, and he's a small child, just 2 years old now, I said as he grows, then he will not need your help so much. When he becomes 5-year-old, 10 years old, 12, 15, 20, you won't have to do all these things what you have to do now, feeding him, running behind him, catching him. He may get into deadly zone and all that. So eventually you will not have all this problem. So don't worry. So there, she was telling them, oh, so many Matajis are there who want children, but they are not getting child only, going to this doctor, taking this medicine, doing this and that. And then some Mataji got twin daughters like that after a long time. I said, see, you are fortunate, you already have a child. So what happens, sometimes we get completely covered over. Some problems come in our life, we can accuse anyone. Mother can accuse her child also, son also. On Putra Ekadashi, you will find here in temple, hundreds of Mataji will come. And they'll fast and say, oh Lord, please give me a son. Like that. Sometimes forget about son, you cannot get child only, as she was telling yesterday. So we should know that this is all the gift of God. Krishna blesses someone, then they can have a child. Krishna blesses someone, they can have a son. Otherwise, forget it. I know couples who have been trying for months. Every day they have to have physical union, but not having child only. Pregnancy is not taking place. Because Krishna's sanction has to be there. Without his blessing, one cannot have like that. And there are other side also we know. People don't want children and children are born. Like that. Because the life takes place by the blessing of the Lord only. It's not possible by human endeavor or anyone's endeavor. If matter were accepted as the original cause of creation, all the authorized scriptures in the world would be useless. For in every scripture, especially the Vedic scriptures, like the Manusmriti, the Supreme Personal Godhead is said to be the ultimate creator. That's why, because Krishna is there, the Supreme Creator is there, that's why all the scriptures are there. Otherwise, what is the use of all these scriptures? All the scriptures have no use only if God is not existing. But scriptures talk about Krishna only. Veda pranihita dharma. Vedas talk about dharma. So the dharma, what is dharma? Duty. Duty for what? Human being. And what is the topmost duty? To serve the Lord. If one is not doing topmost duty, then also so many other duties, they are also, because ultimately then everything is creation of the Lord. Okay, you don't want to directly surrender to one Lord, Supreme Creator, then his creation is there, then that you serve. Your wife you serve, your children you serve, your parents you serve. They are all creation of the Lord. So no problem. Either you do supreme dharma or you do ulterior dharma. But dharma is all related to service to God only, directly or indirectly. So if Lord doesn't exist, scriptures have no value. The Supreme Personal Godhead then entered the universal space, and although he is invisible, he created the invisible cosmic manifestation. As a spider secretes saliva and waves a web by its own movements, but at the end winds up the web within its body, So Lord Vishnu produces this cosmic manifestation from his transcendental body and at the end winds it up within himself. Yahanishvasitakalamatavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanathah Vishnur mahansa ihayasya kala vishesho govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Or Mahavishnu Brahmaji is saying that as he exhales, breathes out, then millions of universes come from four holes of his body. And within each, half of it gets filled. Garbhodaksha Vishnu enters, and through his sweating, half of the universe is filled with Garbhodak Sagar, and he lies on Ananta Shesh as Garbhodaksha Vishnu. So, spider has similar nature. Some Sanskrit word is there. Something else. It is not here. But so he has that ability. From his saliva only he produces that fiber, you see, cobweb, like that. And in that he nicely resides over there. Just like Mahavishnu, from his sweat that Karunadak Sagar comes and he's lying nicely over there. So rare. Like that spider is in the middle, Raja Yogura. That cobweb, nicely. And then some fly will get stuck. And then this fellow will exactly go there, eat that fly, digest nicely, and then come in the middle. Again he's resting. Till next prey comes. And afterwards he thinks now show is over. Now enough. So he will take it up inside and he will leave like that. So he has that ability what Mahavishnu has. Because he is part and parcel of Mahavishnu. So he has been given that ability. But he has in a small creation. Whereas Mahavishnu has huge creation, unimaginable creation. Religious, ritualistic performances are actually meant to cleanse the contaminated mind in the material world. And the special feature of this age of Kali is that one can easily execute the process of cleansing the mind of contamination by chanting the holy name of the God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We are so fortunate. All the contamination in the mind will be all wiped off. Accepting the impersonalist view of wideness or the non-existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead negates all study of the Vedas. Impersonal speculation aims at disproving the conclusion of the Vedas. For any doctrine that tries to prove that Vedic evidence is meaningless, immediately proves itself meaningless. Recently, I came across a quote. I took a photo of that. What was that about? In SBN Choice of Warangal Voice. And where photos we click, where do they go? Here in gallery? No, it's not in gallery. It's in gallery. Okay. So, very nice statement. Judging a person does not define who they are. Judging a person does not define who they are. It defines who you are. You are judging. Your judgment could be wrong. And in devotional circle, devotees judge other devotees also wrongly. Like many people, because of our being brahmachari, oh, you are a pure devotee. Pure devotee has come to our house and all. Hare Krishna. Poor devotee I am. Poor, not pure. Sounds similar, but difference is there. I am not a pure devotee. I am a poor devotee. Spelling is different, but sounds similar. And some other time they will accuse other devotee. He is a rascal only. But there are glorious activities, glorious. He also has glorious nature. That is overseeing. So we should not immediately label people. Oh, he is like this, she is like this. Who are you? Don't keep judging others. And people are changing also. They have to change. Everybody has to change. Body is continuously changing. Mind is continuously changing as per the association. So many things are coming. You can see the way we have hair now. They were not like that earlier. The way we have texture of the body now. It was not like this. Our bodies were very smooth. Maybe your bodies are smooth now. Now our bodies are slowly. Everything, the strength we have is changing. Intelligence we have changing. Memory we have changing. Everything is changing. Change is the only constant thing in the material world. So be careful. Don't judge others. If somebody is showing any devotional inspiration at any time, that we can appreciate in the present tense. Not in the past, he was a lowly, naked pencho kind of thing. Oh, that fellow, he became lawyer? Then government must not be paying him. Because he is after all naked pencho. He is a child of our village. I have seen him in the childhood roaming around naked only. That naked pencho. Oh no, he is wearing now not only underwear and underpant, but he also wears shirt, pant. He also wears above that coat and tie, etc. He is a lawyer, and so what? He must not be getting any payment. So like that, because of the past bad thing, don't just say that he's like that only or she's like that only. And similarly, basically, and if he's very good in the past, doesn't mean now also he might be very good. Because depends on the sangha he has taken. He might have degraded himself. Thus, we should see the person in present tense and then appreciate him. And in case some correction is required, we may offer that. Don't go by past. This past was a history and future is a mystery. In future also, like people, many times people like, oh, you will be sannyasi in future. And why you worry about what I could be in future? What I am now, that you are just neglecting. Why don't you appreciate me for what I am now? Yes or not? Future, who knows? I may die only today itself. Then there is no question of becoming sannyasi, isn't it? Why to dream about the future? But this is how our mind is. Uncontrolled mind means it will go in the past and give some positive, negative, or it will go in the future and think about some positive, negative. That's it. And a person in the mode of goodness will see the present tense, and then he will appreciate or give correction if required as a service. That's it. So he says the atheist Kapila is a descendant of the dynasty of Agni and is one of the conditioned souls. There are two atheists, two Kapila. One is, that's a Prabhupada right, the teachings of Lord Kapila, and below, the son of Devahuti. Devahuti Putra Kapila. But other imposter Kapila was there. He also gave Sankhya philosophy, but that is materialistic Sankhya philosophy. And he was conditioned soul. The Padma Puran gives evidence that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was Vasudeva takes birth in the incarnation of Kapila, and by his expansion of his theistic Sankhya philosophy, teaches all the demigods and a Brahman of the name Asuri. Some details about Devati Putra Kapila. The atheist Kapila does not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He only talks about the material elements, that's all. Okay, any question? This one shloka only has long purport, so we need to discuss. Around 10 pages. I brought this thinking of discussing some Nityanand Lila. Time is over. Any question? Nimitta and Upadan. No question, I think. Yes.
You talked about how matter grows inside a soul.
Inside soul.
Means
outside the soul. Soul is inside.
Soul
matter
is
grows
inside,
outside.
Outside the soul.
Just like hand is inside the glove, boxing glove. And then one may punch with that.
So it
Our body is inside, and accordingly outside outfits are there, clothes.
So it
Not that this shirt was designed like this and then I tried to enter in that, tried to fit myself. No. My bodily measurements were taken and the shirt was stitched according to my bodily measurement. Understand?
So it depends on which factors that
What?
body is growing.
Our karma.
On
Karmana daiva netrena jantur dehopapattaye striya pravishtodaram pumsaha retakanashrayah. All of us have our bodily makeup, whatever, everything is tailor-made. And who gave the order? We only.
So
Just like tailor, I go to tailor and he puts that scale, what do you call that? Not trip, huh? Tape. He puts the tape like this. He will see this, he will take this, he will see the chest, he will see here. I think it's a tailor-made. But then I was the one who went to the tailor, no? He's the tailor and the clothes are tailor-made. But whose body is that? And who took the body over there? Myself. I gave the order to tailor. Like that, we only, according to our karma, got our body like this now. Nobody else can be blamed.
So every soul has different karma. That's why every soul has different karma. That's why they have different body.
Yes.
Accordingly, their
And they have different desires,
body
so
also.
accordingly then 8.4 million species of life. Some want to fly many times in 24 hours. So they are in the bird's body. Some want to be in the water almost throughout life. So they are in water. And some of these people who like to go swimming a lot, surfing and all, next lifetime they will be born in seas or oceans. Some people expose their bodies like anything. They will be born as trees. Many of the Bollywood and Hollywood actors and actresses, most of them will become trees. Even those fashion shows and what they call, in which very less they dress, no? Isn't it? There are some competitions in which lesser you dress, more you win, something like that. So they will be all trees in the next life. Nalakuver Manigiri were bathing naked in heavenly Ganga, Mandakini. So they were born as trees. Trees are the only ones, in one sense, who cannot dress themselves. Remain naked throughout life, birth to death, naked only.
So some people grow similarly till some age. After that, they seems to be different. It means that do they have same karma till that
Grow up to some what?
up to some age? As you given some example of your friend also, he was at similar height and similar. So their body has grown similar, but after that,
Change different.
change is different.
Everybody's karma is different, no?
Yeah.
Apparently, it may look similar for some time, but afterwards, that's how devotees also. One batch of devotees will come. They call Nakul group or Bhima group, but afterwards, everybody will show his own color. Yeah, it's a matter of time. Some people will get initiated. Some will say, "No, I don't want to take initiation." Some people will become brahmachari. Some people will say, "No, I will become grahastha," and they may not even become grahastha. They may become grahamatis also. Somebody may go to US and so many other things. You can see Gary and Richard, two friends, both had purpose of finding out the supreme kind of inner call. Both started from the same place. They came all the way, but when they were on some mountain somewhere, then both, one was sitting on the top, I think Gary, and Maharaj was down, something like that. And both of them said, I got the directions. Me too. They were very happy. And then he said, I got Israel. Absolutely, Israel. For me, it is East India. So then they separated. And once separated, then so much difference. 2 years later, they met, something like that. There are a lot of change. And 20 years later, they met, there are too much of change. Maharaj was focusing on development of the soul, and Gary was bodybuilder, no? Or whatever that. So he was focusing on the body. As per our karma, as per Sangha also, currently Sangha. Now all of us, according to our karma, we could be doing something else. But because we are associating with devotees, our Sangha is Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha. How many of us, before coming to ISKCON, were thinking, this Sunday I want to go to temple. Or Saturday evening, I have to go to temple. I'll stay there only overnight. Who thought of staying in the temple? Many Indian relatives of the devotee, अरे पागल हो गया क्या? मंदिर में कभी रहते हैं क्या? मंदिर में कैसे रह सकते हैं? मंदिर में सिर्फ भगवान रहते हैं, पुजारी भी नहीं रहता वो भी अपने घर में रहता है। पागल कहीं का, मंदिर में कैसे करे? मैं अकेले नहीं, मेरे फ्रेंड्स भी, अरे ऐसे कैसे? How can so many boys stay in temple? Yes.
So from the desire to associate with this matter, we do all the karmas and we form our next thing. So the ultimate way of purifying the desire is associating with the devotees.
साधु संग सर्व शास्त्र कोय लव मात्र साधु संगे सर्व सिद्धि होय. Association only decides it. Listen, you tell me what kind of friends you have, and I'll tell you what kind of person you are. The person is known by his company, the company he keeps. Anybody says, I like drinking like anything. So sure enough, he must be associating with many drunkards. Somebody says, I like to smoke like anything. Sure enough, he must be having at least few friends or more friends who are smokers. Simple. So it's a eternal principle. Sangat sanjayate kama. According to association, you develop desire. Ajamil had a desire to get firewood from forest. Why? Because he was associating with his father, who was a traditional Vedic Brahmin, and who was performing everyday sacrifices. So many times he had gone to forest. But on that particular time, when he was coming, that incident he came across, that event, and then he associated with that. He watched it, he contemplated about it, and then kama, the desire developed. I must have her. Like this Shudra is enjoying so much with her, I have to enjoy with her. So he got her. And she was a prostitute, so no need to marry. Earlier when he got married, he must have, like parents must have gone to her parents' house and they must have talked. And that, okay, they must have seen the girl. He was present, not present, we don't know. And the parents might have decided, okay, she's a good looking girl and very pious. So, and they told Ajamil, we are marrying you to Mrs. Ajamil. And he said, okay. And he got married and he was very happy, satisfied with her. Life was going on very happily. But then he took association, a wrong association, very heavy association. Association is continuously molding us. Certainly depends on us also, but association is very powerful. Whether of pure devotees or of very severe conditioned souls. Ajamil took association of very severe, deep conditioned souls. Two only, one man and one woman. But that was enough. Or sometimes one woman is also enough. Or one man who is very sensuous is enough. But on the other side, the other principle also works. So many boys say in camp, we are feeling so ecstatic, like that. But then we feel, we see after some days of camp, there is no enthusiasm or there is no aspiration for spiritual life. And then we are rather dragged by so many conditionings. Here you'll see Grihasthas ask question. In the morning we attend in temple, Guru Puja and class and we are so ecstatic. But then by the end of that day only, by associating with our company people, colleagues and all, we are drained out and we feel all materialistic goals only overpowering our heart. Yes or no? It happens. It can very quickly, whole thing can change. Just like you have seen, like this season, like this, such a clear sky and all that, and suddenly clouds can gather like anything. And by the evening today, Pune can be quite wet and sand, soil is like muddy soil and all that. It happens in between. Sometimes November it rains or March it rains. Yes or not? And we find, the soil is quite wet. And it did not. Nobody, for days went on with dry and clean sky, everything. And suddenly, the clouds gather and rains and everything is wet. So that is like pure devotee coming in our life. And we are like, flourish. Life flourishes, no? Like spiritual life flourishes with the nectarian rains of pure devotees, Darshan, Vapu and Vani association. But when they go away, then again Maya, she has her rainfall, which is draining us. So Sangha, that's very important. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.